Aaron Stanfield driving for the Janik brothers, JC3 Energy. He works in his dad's shop down in Bossier City, building engines for sportsman cars and, of course, those factory stock Showdown hot rods. He's actually, I believe, taken over the business because his dad, every time I get a picture from Greg, he's at the beach someplace.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah, and Erica, season-long point leader for Melling, Gallagher, Trans Impact, P-Police. Richard Freeman standing out in front of the car. Of course, he and brother Royce are the principals over there at Elite Motorsports. And this is pretty close to a home game for them. They're out of Winterwood, Oklahoma, so between here and Dallas, I think they kind of split the difference.
Here's the last 8 races for Erica Enders.
Okay.
Win, win, win. Finals win. First round. Win, runner-up. Is that good?
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. What's the difference between final and runner-up?
Well, 2 runner-ups.
So you're just trying to confuse me.
Yeah, I was trying to, spice it up. It's a little language trick.
So you're saying if she wins the first round, she goes to the final?
Well, that's kind of been the case in the last 8 races.
Okay. Note to the rest of the pro stockers.
Don't let that happen.
Get her out of here before lunch.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's going to be hanging out for dinner. Aaron, obviously, number 2 in the points because that's the reason these two are running last. But he really has been the biggest thorn in Erica's side for a big part of the year. And coming out of the other side of the same trailer. Good run for both of them. Not good enough for both of them. 6.632 Erica, 207. 6.634 Aaron, 207. They both had good runs in the middle of the racetrack, just not quite where Greg was. And Greg Anderson is going to end up number 1 after 1. Troy Coughlin, 2. Erica, 3rd. Aaron, 4th. Kyle Koretsky, 5. Dallas Glenn, 6. Christian Quadra, 7. Bo Butner, number 8. The difference between number 1 and number 10, 0.05 of a second. 662, then 63, 63, 63, 65, 65, 66, 67, 67, 67. Stop me if you see a trend.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the most interesting things about this qualifying sheet to me right now is that Greg Anderson's speed is slower than the first 5 cars behind him. You have to go all the way to number 6 in Dallas Glenn to go back down to that 205.44 mile-an-hour window. So great combination of car setup, chassis setup, and gearing to get him there.
That's exactly it, I believe, gearing, because he had the best 60-foot. He was the quickest to 330. For those of you that are hardcore race fans, these cars now have a 10,500 RPM rev limiter on them. They run quickest if you hit the rev limiter just before you get to the finish line. So if you're running 2 miles an hour faster, the prevailing thought is we might have left a little bit out there because we didn't get to the rev limiter as quick as possible. So that's why top speed is not exactly the same indicator that it used to be.